Dear students, today's topic is types of potential. What are the types of potential energy? In previous class, I give you a brief introduction regarding the potential energy. We have seen that potential energy possessed by body is due to its position or configuration. If you remember the previous position or configuration. That means when we change the position of a body or configuration of a body, the energy is stored in the body by changing the position or configuration. That the energy in the body is called potential energy. Today we will discuss only one thing, that's called one type, that's called gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy. It is today's topic, gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy, if you remember the previous lecture, it is that when we lift the ball against the gravitational force, the ball possesses the energy that's called gravitational potential energy. Suppose this is here a ground. This is a ground here. Okay. Suppose this here any body which is lying on the ground. Here there acts a gravitational force which is acting, that is equal to weight which is acting downwards, Fg, that is gravitational force, or we can say weight, that is called mg, mass into gg is the acceleration due to gravity. But we are here able, we have, our aim is to raise the body to a height h, suppose height h. That means I am applying here force against the gravitational force in the upward direction here. This is called applied force. जो मैं force apply करता हूँ, that means when I apply force I can change the position of a body. That means I applying force here, applied force up to this, that when I apply force in the upward direction, that the position of a body can be changed. That means it can be raised to a height h above the surface of the ground. But here there acts another force in the downward, that's called the gravitational force. This is called applied force. It is applied force. That means this force is working against the gravitational force. We consider here a body of, suppose a body of mass m, which is to be raised at a height h above the ground. Okay, above the ground. The force required to lift the block must be equal to the gravitational force, because कितना फोर्स मैं अप्लाई करूँगा उतना फोर्स में जिसका इसका ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स, जिसका जितना इसका वेट होगा mg होगा. दैट मीन्स आई अप्लाई द फोर्स, दिस इज कॉल्ड अप्लाइड फोर्स. F is applied force. That means applied the force required, the force required to lift the block of weight mg must be equal to the gravitational force. को mg के बराबर होना. That means I have to apply force. So here gravitational force, अगर हम gravitational force the force which is acting down, that is equal to weight is equal to mg. Work done by the applied force, but work is done by the applied force but against the gravitational force. जो अप्लाइड फोर्स अप्लाई करता है, दिस इज अप्लाइड फोर्स एफ. सपोज दिस इज अप्लाइड फोर्स, आई एम अप्लाइंग फोर्स, आई हैव टू रेज द बॉडी टू हाइट एच, बट आई एम अप्लाइंग दिस फोर्स अप्लाइड अगेंस्ट द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स. I hope you have got. That means work done by applied force. What is the applied force? F. Against gravitational force. I hope you have got it. Gravitational force Fg. Gravitational force is Fg, जो नीचे की तरफ is given by. Work done किसके बराबर होता है? Work done, force F डॉट एच, एफ डॉट एस, एस यहाँ एच है, एफ डॉट, ठीक है। सिंस एफ डॉट एच get एफ एच cos theta. I hope you have got it, cos theta. Here force, force is when I apply force on the way this block, I am raising the body at a height h here. It is the height h above the surface of the earth. But height, force and the height, they are acting in the same direction. Force में ऊपर की तरफ है, height भी ऊपर. That means the angle between f and h is zero. Cos theta is equal to zero here. I hope you have got it. Theta is the angle between f and h here. But here cos theta, force, the direction of force and height, they are acting in the same direction. They are acting in the same direction. That means the angle between them is zero. That means fh cos 0. That means fh cos 0 is equal to 1. But force किसके बराबर होता है? Force is equal to mg. Force is equal to ma, mass into acceleration. Force होता है mass into acceleration, ma, acceleration. Here acceleration is value of a is, where value of a is when we raise the any body above the surface of the value of a is equal to g. Here is mgh. That means applied force, that means gravitational force is equal to gravitational potential energy is equal to, that means mgh. This is called gravitational force also. Sorry, applied force. Applied force is equal to mgh. That means this is equal to mass, g is acceleration due to gravity. This is called applied force. Now अगर हम ये कहेंगे what is the work done by the gravitational force on the block when it is to a height h. अगर 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 ये applied force है, ये gravitational force, what is the work done by the gravitational force on the block when a body is raised, it how much work is done by the gravitational force, अगर ये हमें निकालना पड़ेगा. This is the applied force. अप्लाइड फोर्स. अगर मुझे बताएगा ये ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स कितना काम करना, हाउ मच वर्क is done by the gravitational force when body is raised to a height h. That means the work done by gravitational force on the block, we can see it now. यहाँ मैं लिखूँगा now work done by gravitational force. Gravitational force Fg जो नीचे की तरफ आ रहा है, Fg on the block when raised height h. This is the value of applied force. Now हम gravitational force कितना काम कर रही है जब when work is done, when it is raised to a body, when body is raised from this point, from the surface of ground to a point at height h, this gravitational force इस पर कितना काम करेगी, how much work is done by the gravitational force, that is also equal to work is equal to gravitational force dot h, force into distance, that means f g h cos theta. But here if you see, this is the gravitational force. Here the height is above the surface. That means this is the point, height is here, this is the angle between them is here 180 degree. If you remember, this is the gravitational force is acting in the downward direction, but height in the upward direction. The angle between these two is 180 degree. That means f g h cos 180, cos 180 minus 1, fg is equal to mass into g is acceleration due to gravity. That means m minus mgh. That means work done by the gravitational force when it is raised in a certain height. When it is raised in a certain height, that is called gravitational potential energy. This is called gravitational potential energy. That means work done. This was the work done by the applied force. This is the work done by the gravitational force. Work done by gravitational force when it is raised to a certain height is known as, इसको हम gravitational potential energy कहते हैं. This is called gravitational potential energy. That means work done by the gravitational force, Fg में लिखूँगा, when it is raised to certain height is known as, इसी को हम कहते हैं, is known as ग्रेविटेशनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी। ये यूजुअली हम लिखते हैं यू जी, ग्रेविटेशनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी, दैट मीन्स ये इसके बराबर माइनस एम जी एच, man is equal to minus mg. That means this is the work done by the gravitational force. When body is raised to a height, it's called a gravitational potential energy. That means जो काम gravitational force body पे कर रहा है, when it is raised to a, it is called a gravitational potential energy. When the block falls from the height h due to gravitation, when ऊपर से ही नीचे आ रहे हैं, freely fall, the work done by the gravitational force block is, in that case, ug is equal to positive. Please, gravitational potential is equal to positive, because here the force is acting in the downward direction, the height is also in the downward direction. That means the angle between them is equal to 0, is in that case mgh. That means when we raise the body above the surface of the earth, gravitational potential energy is negative. फ्रॉम फ्रीली फॉल जब ऊपर से ही नीचे आता है, इस वक्त ग्रेविटेशनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी प्लस पॉजिटिव एम जी एच होता है. वर्क डन ऑन द बॉडी, when work is done on the body, please remember, when work is done on the body, it gains the potential energy. When work is done on the one, when work is done by the body, अगर ऊपर से ही नीचे, it loses the potential energy. Please remember, when work is done on the body, जब मैं फोर्स अप्लाई करता हूँ इसको ऊपर की तरफ देना है, it gains potential energy. That means work done on the body gains, that means ये important है. When work is done on the body, it gains potential energy. When work is done by the body, it loses potential energy. ये क्या होता है, अगर मैं बॉडी यहाँ से ऊपर लिफ्ट करूँगा, दैट मीन्स वर्क इज डन, आई एम डूइंग वर्क ऑन द बॉडी, इट गेन्स पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. जितना मैं ऊपर ले लेता, वैन ऊपर से ही नीचे आ जाए, वैन वर्क इज डन बाय द बॉडी, वे बॉडी खुद ही काम कर रही है, तो वो नीचे जितना आ रहा है, इसकी पोटेंशियल एनर्जी जितनी कम हो जाएगी. आई होप यू हैव गॉट इट. दिस इज द फर्स्ट केस, दिस इज द ग्रेविटेशनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. दैट मीन्स what is the gravitational force? That means work done by the gravitational force when it is raised to a certain height is known as gravitational potential energy. When जो gravitational force, इस पर कितना फोर्स काम करेगा, when it is raised to a height h, it's called a gravitational potential energy. जब ऊपर की तरफ नीचे आ रहा है, इसको भी हम gravitational potential energy कहते हैं. But when it works against the gravity, that is negative. You have seen it, towards the gravity, freely fall, ऊपर से जो नीचे आता है, इसलिए हम इसको पॉजिटिव लेते हैं. आई होप यू हैव गॉट इट. इंशाल्लाह वी मीट इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. थैंक यू वेरी मच.